The American comedian Jerry Seinfeld has the cash overflowing in his bank account, all thanks to the sitcom Seinfeld. The comedian has a net worth of a whopping $950 million, which makes him almost a billionaire. But we bet his ways of spending these greens truly speaks volumes. Let's see how he truly spends his millions. Once upon a time, Seinfeld was also the highest paid comedian in the whole world, and held the title for about 15 years straight after Kevin Hart took him down. But that doesn't change the fact that the producer still drowns himself in millions of dollars. As he sits down to relax, the 68-year-old refuses to retire, and soon expects a sitcom on Netflix featuring him as the protagonist. He is also the screenwriter and producer of the same. By the way, he is still the richest comedian of our time. Family and health. Jerry Seinfeld's little world consists of very close people, just including his wife and 3 children, as stated by him during an interview. So it is an obvious fact that the comedian gives his wife and his children the top priority in terms of spending his dollars. Speaking of 3 children who have quite benefited him from the massive wealth of their father, live an equally lavish and star-studded life. They often spotted at expensive bars and are found rolling in thousands of dollars all over in wine and other expensive continental food. His children and wife are also found throwing massive parties, where some big names of Hollywood are spotted regularly, such as Julia Louis-Dreyfus and Howard Stern as well. The educational qualifications of his children include the oldest daughter studying at Duke University, and so is the case with the middle son. Meanwhile, his youngest son, Shepard, hasn't graduated high school yet. Hence, quite evidently, the most proportionate of his Jerry Seinfeld fortune is definitely utilized in his child's higher education and his wife's expenses. Although Jerry Seinfeld isn't a huge fan of hitting the gym every day, he makes sure that his diet should be healthy enough as per requirement. Here's a fun fact: although he didn't work out much, Jerry Seinfeld met his wife Jessica Patterson in a Manhattan gym itself. He doesn't work out regularly, but he makes sure to bend his bones at least 3 times a week, while following transcendental meditation, just like other few celebrities like Oprah Winfrey and Lady Gaga. Apart from this, their sporty family can be seen enjoying skiing and riding bikes in Colorado as well. Family and work vacations. All of the gigs that Seinfeld takes are no more or less than mini vacations in themselves. It can be clearly known from the universal traveling style of almost a billionaire. The stand-up comedian owned half his shares in the brand new Bombardier Challenger jet with the company NetJets, which is roughly valued at $26 million. Hence, it is why he took his personal jet when he takes and completely goes out on his expeditions. Whenever he gets tired from traveling in the same airplane, well, it's not an issue for Jerry Seinfeld, as he gets his yacht as well as his name Mocha, but he sold it quite recently due to some personal reasons. Seinfeld makes sure that his children and his wife must taste the fruit of his success, and thus doesn't forget to take his family on a vacation every once in a while, as he claimed himself that they have almost traveled to any corner of the globe, and take their celebrity friends along with them as well. A few vacations to his name is his favorite, his 2014 trip to Alabama, a Greece vacation the same year, and a cruise trip to the Pacific. Car and properties. Being a top-notch 10 out of 10 in the game of fashion, Seinfeld doesn't forget to make his profile look the same. He has had a huge fleet of luxury cars, and he is super private about it. All we know is that the favorite car of the stand-up comedian is his Porsche, and some vintage ones such as the 1957 Fiat 500, a 1955 Porsche 550 RS, and lastly, a 1964 Aston Martin DP5 Coupe. According to sources, he is a huge fan of collecting the rarest cars, and sold 18 of them quite recently for over hundreds of millions. Jerry Seinfeld also has a quite good taste when it comes to owning properties and real estate. The Seinfeld family owns an apartment in New York City for a whopping amount of $4 million. Not just that, Jerry Seinfeld also has a huge mention in the Hamptons to his name, which is infamous for luxury. The mansion contains 3 bedrooms, along with a guest house, a multi-car garage that can accommodate at least 22 cars at once, an outside pool, and a baseball arena. All of the luxury cars, which the comedian owns, which approximately counts to be more than 150 in number, are accommodated in a separate garage in Manhattan, which is more worth than $1.4 million. Currently, the Seinfeld family decides on another additional home in Manhattan after they recently sold their LA home. In charity. The fact that the Seinfeld family struggled back in the days for mere bread, so the stand-up comedian understands what it feels like to be less fortunate. This is the reason why Jerry Seinfeld never takes a step back when it comes to charity or donations, and even sets up positive speaking sessions which acts more like a therapy for his fans to listen to. Until now, Jerry Seinfeld has donated almost $1 million to different charities, including schools, hospitals, and orphanages. Click one of the 2 videos on your screen right now.